Okay, so I'm going to go into the woods and find some tinder. That would be birch bark, small twigs. It rained steady for a good 24 hours about 2 days ago, so I'm assuming that the ground is still going to be somewhat damp. So let's go and see what we can find. Okay, so I found an old hornet's nest, and as you can see, this is fairly dry. So this will be part of our tinder for today. Okay, so you can see this this dead birch tree here it's peeling its bark, and it's all pretty dry. So I'll just peel off a bunch of this and see what we can get after this. Okay, so this is nice and dry. Small twigs that we will incorporate into our tinder. Okay, so the forest floor here, it's damp, it's not wet. But the idea here, when you're collecting this type of kindling, is to not take it from the floor of the forest, but rather find, twigs and things such as this tree here. This dead branch, it's as you can see, it's quite dry. If this one had been on the ground, it would be damp. It would be difficult to light. So here I have my birch bark and my hornet's nest, my small tinder, and that this will be the next layer on top of these two to actually get a fire built up enough so that you can actually put some fair sized chunks of wood on. So here's your lake. You just came off. As you can see, there's actually a storm rolling in as we speak. And you're on the shore. You've collected all your necessary wood. And here's the key to this fire right here. Let's see how this works. Okay, so I've got my birch bark. I'm going to put that down first. The wind is coming this way, so I'm going to light the fire here so that it blows that way. So we've got our birch bark, our wasp nest, and we're going to put our small tinder on here. Okay, and now I'm going to grab the flare and try and start this up. It's a recorder. Okay, I'm going to add a few more larger sticks to this because I think this is really going to take off here. Just to give this fire a foothold so that we can add the larger sticks. The whole idea with this fire is to get it started quick in case of hypothermic paddlers, what have you. So I've got this Ryan 20-minute emergency road flare. It comes with this spike, which probably isn't a good thing if you're putting it in a dry bag. You might want to Dremel tool that off or use bolt cutters, what have you, to get that off. So now, the instructions say, remove the cap, save that for later. Apparently this goes here. We'll do that later. You remove the cap, you twist this off, and there's your striker. This is your striker. This is the igniter. Now there's a line here that says hold below line while lighting. So let's try this out and see how this goes. Well, that lighted pretty quick. So now I'm going to put this into our kindling
As you can see, that's taken off. See, already we've got a good start to our fire here. Oh, that's like a blowtorch. Oh, macaroni. So you can see this wood is not dry. See, the wind is actually pushing this fire as well. I'm going to add some more to this. It's going here. There's kindling in there. So as you can see, the flare is quite hot, and it burns for quite a while. This wood is yeah, it was damp, and it's catching up here. So now I'm going to go ahead and put some of this size on. You don't want to go too big, too sudden. And guess what, folks? It's starting to rain. Now, as you can see, that flare, it's going and going. It's been going for a good 5 minutes at least here. And that is one hot flame you got there. I don't know what the temperature is, but... And this weather is starting to go for a poop. Just the kind of weather you'd probably want this fire in when you're out kayaking in the wilderness, away from it all, in beautiful scenic country. As you can see, that flare keeps going and going. So we'll just put that back in there. Whoop. So I'm going to put some bigger stuff on here. Get this fire built up. The wind has died down, but I imagine that's the calm before the storm. And you just keep adding to it. When you see the flames coming out on top like that, that's when you can keep adding more. Build it up. You don't want to smother it. But that flare sure seems to be doing its job under there. See that? Yeah, that flare is just giving her. I don't know if that's the fire causing it to... Yeah, that's what you want. You want to be able to dry wet wood out with a flame that's intense, that lasts a good 10 to 15 minutes at least. Yeah, this is the real wild country we're in here. Okay, the flare is now gone out. And you have a pretty decent fire now. The next trick would be to, while this fire's getting going, to find some more, decent sized pieces of wood. As you can see along the lake shore of Lake Superior, firewood really isn't an issue. Okay, so if you're finding that your fire might be going out a little quicker than you wanted it to because of the wet wood, lighter fluid. It burns off pretty quick, but this will help to dry out your wood. Yeah, as you can see, that's a nice little warming fire. It's hot enough that all that damp wood is now dried out and burning quite nicely. So with a good wood supply of this type sized of wood, you could warm up quite nicely. And as always, when you're done with your fire, make sure it's dead out.